Hi there! Welcome to part 2 of my blues series on playing over 12-bar blues in A. In this particular lesson I'll be covering the pentatonic scales as well as patterns you can use to help out with timing and phrasing. This will be important for my upcoming videos where I show you solo ideas that you can use in your own playing and teach you how to improvise your own solos. So if you haven't hit subscribe, I appreciate it if you do so. I got a lot of fun things I want to bring your way, and I just want to keep you posted on when I come out with a new video. So thank you for tuning in, and let's get started on part 2. Okay, I'm going to start off with the pentatonic scales. Most of you guys probably know these scales already, but for those who don't, I'm going to show them to you right now. Pentas means 5 and tonics tone, so it's a 5-tone scale. You only have 5 different notes. So it starts on the 5th fret because we're in the key of A. That's an A. So we have 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7. That's a A, C, D, 5th fret. 7th fret, E, G, 5th fret, A, and then back to C, that's a 5th fret, 7th, 5th, 8th, back to your 5th, this would be your A again, and then C, and if I wanted to continue up the fretboard, I could go, up to 10th fret, 12th, 15th, that's a G, and then up to your octave. A couple octaves actually. So A to A, and then up to A again, and then up to another A. So that's the that's the first scale I would definitely get familiar with if you don't already know it. And then if you go down to the 3rd position, you can play these same 5 notes, but they're going to be in a different order, of course, because you're in a different spot on your guitar. But if you don't know that position, that would be 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. So that's a G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A. And then you can move up to the one I just showed you. You could play one here. That's another position. It'd be 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 10, and then move into this position. But I'm going to do something that's a little bit helpful for you guys. I kind of move across the fretboard as I solo, and most people do that. You don't usually play in a little block and then move to another little block, so I would do the extended pentatonic scales, and that'll get you to go across the fretboard in a more ergonomic fashion. Watch this. And then maybe here. So that is this. You have a 3rd fret. That's back where we were doing on that second scale I showed you. You have a G, A, 3, 5, 3, 5, move up to 7, so I just shift with my ring finger. 5, 7, that's G, A, C, D, that's 5, 7, shift again to 9, that's an E, G, A, C, D, E. So with that, with moving that position from here to here, that gets you to move across the fretboard like that. It's a little smoother than just playing one little block and then moving to another little block. The second position I want to show you that shifts as far as an extended pentatonic scale, that would be the 10th position up to the 17th. So you can see if you go from 3rd to 12th and then from 10th to 17th, you pretty much got your whole fretboard covered with just knowing those 2 positions. So that second one I'm going to show you is 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. So that's D, E, G, A, C, D, scoot up to 14th fret, that's an E, G, A, that's 12, 14. Now we go to 13, that's a C, 15, that's a D, E on the 12th, 17th, or 15th, and then up to the 17th. So that goes like this. So it's the same 5 notes, just played in different spots. Okay, so now to get really familiar with these scales and to command your timing with them and learn how to phrase, I'm going to be showing you not only pentatonic licks, but I'm going to be showing you a lot of arpeggios, how to work around the chords individually of the blues. So that's a little bit more involved just the pentatonic, but I would start the pentatonic, and to get familiar with timing and phrasing, I'm going to show you some patterns that I would work on right now, and hopefully you'll find this useful for you to to work these scales out and get used to playing before I show you some of the licks. So here they are. Okay, here's pattern number 1. So what I'm doing there is I'm going up 3 times in the scale, A, C, D, and that's my starting note. I'm going D, and I'm working my way backwards three times. So I'm going D, C, A, and then the next set of 3 would be from the 7th fret, and I would go E, D, C, and then the next scale degree up would be G, G, E, D, and then 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, and so on and so forth, all the way up. So I'm going to start that along with the backing track here that I'm including in the description below. It's the same backing track that I used on my first video. I'm going to be using this throughout the series, and when I get to showing you the licks and stuff, we'll still be working with that backing track. It's only 1.5 minutes long, but maybe you can just drill these little exercises for 1.5 minutes and rest up and maybe do another one. But let's play along with the track. I'm going to play really slow with this track for you guys that are just starting out on these. Maybe that will help you, because it's kind of moving a little quick on this. So and then I'll speed it up to triplets and whatnot. And if it's too fast or what, to get these triplets going, you could just type in on YouTube slow backing track for a blues in A or whatever, and work on it that way. But hopefully you can stick with me on this, on the one we're doing right now, because I'm just going to keep adding to it with every video that I come out with. So let's put this on and see what it sounds like. Okay, let's start with the first pattern, and here it is, and I'll count it. It's going to be slow, and then we'll speed it up to triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that might be kind of quick for some of you. Maybe not. But triplets are very important in blues. A lot of that's in triplet form. Just think of Johnny B. Good. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a. So you gotta get command on your triplets. So that's the first one I would start off with, and then how I would use them. Say you're playing a little phrase like that, and then you want to get from one area to another. That gets you there. So. Kind of in that fashion. Okay, let's work on number 2. Okay, pattern number 2, very similar to pattern number 1. We're going to be descending this time, so we're going to go 8, 5, 8, and then we're going to backtrack 1 and hit 5, 8, 5, etc. Very simple. Here's your first one. Second one. You know them as pull-offs too. Either way you want. Here's the, I'm going to play it slow with the track and then I'll speed it up. There you have it. Okay, here's pattern number 3, very similar to the first two I gave you. It's just got 6 notes now instead of 3, so we're going to go 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5. So that's a C on the first string, on the 8th fret, and then we go to the 5th fret with an A, and then repeat that, C, A, and then 8th fret on the 2nd string, that's a G, and then back to A. So that's the pattern, and we can move that up the pentatonic scale as this. That's kind of a cool little pattern. You could pull it off too. I was doing that just now. I was going 2 pull-offs, and then I go up a string with an upstroke, and then back down. Makes it sound a little smoother when you go quick. So like that. And well, let's go ahead and put that on the track here, and we'll see what that sounds like. And I'm going to start it off slow like I did the other ones, and then speed it up. And then I'm going to throw in the other 2 exercises. So I'm just going to go through these 3 exercises that I've given you with this track, and you'll see how I would practice this. So hopefully you'll do the same. And here we go. Start off slow. Double it. Now let's combine some of the other patterns they give you. So here's the first one. There you have it. Okay, pattern number 4, and we're almost there. We only have 150 more patterns. I'm just kidding. It's just good to do maybe a half a dozen of these exercises every now and then with your pentatonic scale. Get real familiar with it, and it's really good to do these to get your timing really locked in. But the fun videos are coming up, so stay with me on this. And here's the next pattern. It's going to be this. So what we're doing there is starting on the 2nd string, we're hitting an E, hammering on to G on the 8th fret, back up to the 1st on the 5th fret, that is, and then now we're doing a pull off 8, 5, and then back to the 7th fret on the 3rd string. So here's the pattern. So hammer on up and then pull off down. You do that, up the scale like we did on the other ones. So again, let's do it real slow on the track, and then we'll speed it up. Now we'll double it up. that one. Okay, now I'd like to talk about adding a few extra notes to that pentatonic scale. I'm going to be teaching you a lot of that stuff. I'm going to be teaching you how to work around the chord individually. You don't have to just stay on this pentatonic scale. There's a lot of notes. Matter of fact, I think the true blues guys hit every note on the fretboard in a key. You don't have to stick with one note. We'll be doing a lot of that, hopefully, if you stick with me. I love Stevie Ray Vaughan. I'm sure you guys do too. But he'll, instead of sticking diatonically with the scale that he's in, C, D, E, he may bend those in quarter steps and hit all the in-between notes and go something like this. So that's pretty much every note all the way up to E. In quarter bends, you know, you get the notes that are not even in, you know, you can't hit them unless you bend to it. It's not that one, it's not that one, it's kind of like right here, and just kind of edge its way up. So we're going to do a lot of that. It's really cool to just, you know, get your hands on the pentatonic scale first, and then just add, you know, more flavor to it as we go. First thing I want to show you, and a lot of you guys probably already know this one as well. This is called a flat 5 right here, and all this has to do with your major scale: do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And if you go up 5 times, do, it'd be in the key of A that we're in, A, B, C sharp here, D, E, there's your flat 5, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we flat it. And that's the note we're adding to the pentatonic scale. So there's the note, that's an E flat, so you have A, C, D, E flat, E, G, A, C, D, E flat, E, G, A, you know, etc. Hit an E flat here. Just got to know where they're all at. And that's pretty cool. I'm hitting that E flat a lot there. You can double stop it. Bend to it. There's the full bend, but there's the half bend. And there it is right there. So you can see where it's got a lot of flavor to your blues. Also, here's a 6 of the scale. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's the that's an F sharp. We're adding that to the blues scale. So now we're up to what? You got 7 notes there. So we got your root, your minor third, your fourth, your flat 5, your fifth, your 6, your flat 7, which is on the 5th fret, and then your octave. So you have this. It's not how I'd play it, but you could hit that 6 a lot in these in this pentatonic scale, as you can see. Watch this. If you caught my solo at the beginning, did something to that effect. I'm going to show you all these licks in the future videos, but for right now I'm just kind of naming some of these scale degrees. Add it to the pentatonic scale. So you got a 6 right there, and then your flat 5 there. And there's your 4, third, flat 5. There's your 6 over here, by the way. These numbers come in effect when you're hitting chords like this. The D9 that I showed in the first video, you have an F sharp there. That's not in the pentatonic scale. But if you hit the 4 chord, you can take advantage of hitting that note when the rhythm player is playing the 4 chord. Here's the 1 chord. There's the 3rd. That's not in the scale either. So add that one again. Do, re, mi. There's your 3rd. There's your 3rd here, an octave. So you have 2 thirds there, or 3 if you know, anywhere you want to put them. But that's a C sharp. So here's the. In this case, you would have a 5, 6, 6th fret. That is. That's your 3rd. And then we have the 7th fret. And then there's your flat 5. And then you have the E. So right now you can see we're having all these notes put in there. There's your 6, flat 7, and your root. So you've got all these notes that you're starting to add to this this pentatonic scale. But you don't want to play it so much like that. what you do is you find the chord that you're on and spell them out within the chord. So those are arpeggios, so you would go something like this. And that sounds like an A. And then maybe a D. That was an off note too. I use that as a passing tone to go to your third. The third of the chord that we're in. This is stuff I'm going to be going over in future videos. The third of a D. So that would be D, E, F sharp. There's your F sharp. That's the third of D. So when I'm playing that third on the D, I might approach it right below it and go right into that third. So that note's not in the scale. So you can get the idea that I'm hitting every note on your fretboard at some time or another. But you have to have direction or else it's not going to work. You don't want to just play random notes. You got to have a direction. So if you have a D, that sounds kind of cool because I'm bouncing on the right notes. Those are called target notes at the right time within the tempo. And if I was on A, E, D, and back to A. So those are some runs I'm going to be giving you. As far as phrasing, so you kind of just bounce around those. So I'll point those out on the next video, and stay with me. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm trying to get this channel going. Pretty low on the subscriptions here, so just beginning this instructional stuff on here. I've been teaching for 35 years, so just thought I'd bring it to YouTube, and hopefully it's going to work out for all of us. And thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.